Welcome to Locker Talk Austin San Antonio Pick'em Show. What is going on? And can you believe it? I'm in front of the camera first. This is a new thing. Since I'm the one that kind of
Give me that camera view back.
Since I'm the one that kind of runs the Pick'em Show, we figured, hey, why not make me the beautiful face of this show? So, I'm the kind of host of the show with my compadres, Evan and Thomas. Evan and Thomas, how y'all doing right now?
Josh, that was a wonderful lead-in. Well done.
Hey,
you pretty good besides the fact that you stole my shine.
No, I don't know if he stole any shine. You added a new polish to it. I liked it.
Hey, we got to make some things our own every now and then, so
exactly.
Just glad to be here. The Friday show will always be the Pick'em Show. We'll pick games that are happening today or on Saturdays. So be looking out for that. This show, by the way, as it was when it was just one full show as a segment, but this show itself is brought to you by Hill Country Indoor. Evan, tell us a little bit about Hill Country Indoor.
Hill Country Indoor is the awesome place where I work, and it's 140,000 square feet of fitness, membership, sports, and fun. We've got everything from homeschool PE during the day, where homeschool kids will come and learn in a PE active environment and actually get something out of it. They'll play, of course, your regular PE games, but also learn different skills. And I think that's a really cool program that we have, and all the way to studio classes where our members are working out and also working out at their own leisure on the membership floor. So a lot of cool things going on there. I urge you to check out hillcountryindoor.com and find out all of our awesome updates coming up quick. We've got our spring break camps. We've got a basketball, soccer, youth programs, Wipeout is what we call those, and a baseball camp coming up. So a lot of fun things on the horizon.
Well, as always, we're glad to have Hill Country Indoor as a sponsor for this show. And like I said, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. They're doing some great stuff over there. So,
fun.
Moving on to our Pick'em segment. So first, we're going to take a look back, and then we're going to take a look ahead. So looking back, we're going to run through the games first. And after we do that, we're going to go through the records and then move on. So first game was a boys lacrosse match. Austin St. Andrews beat Austin McCollum 17-1. So I guess you can say St. Andrews might have a good lacrosse team. Both of you knew that and got that one right. Next up, girls soccer. San Antonio Harlan beat Uvalde 7-0. Again, I feel like both of you knew that was going to happen. A pretty big shutout. That's a blowout in soccer right there. When you get a football score, that's a blowout.
They scored a touchdown in a soccer match.
So there you go. So,
and an extra point.
Both you and Evan picked that one correctly. Next in baseball, we had Hayes beating Kerrville Tivy 5-0. Both of you got that one wrong. Both of you were a little surprised about that, but I said maybe I should pick one. And nope. And softball, Thorndale beat LaGrange 7-2. Thomas, you're on that Thorndale bandwagon, and it seems to be accurate.
I love the Lady Dogs.
But
they're a great team.
Evan was on that bandwagon too, and so both of you got that one correctly. Then finally, what would probably be considered an upset of sorts, Schertz Clemens tied New Braunfels Canyon 1-1. Now this one, I said, "Are you sure you don't want to pick a tie?"
Yeah,
and both of you were like, "No, I don't want to get a loss on my record." Well, it turns out you got the loss because they tied. So,
and I laughed when I saw the score and I was putting together this outline. I'm like,
and
you called it, Josh.
And
Josh Stradamus.
Here's the thing. I tried to entice Thomas on that because I thought, you should choose, because last week you gave us the option to choose anything that we wanted to change since we'd all chose the same games. And I tried to nudge Thomas into that tie because I was like, there's my win right there. It would have worked out in your favor.
Yeah, I should have taken the risk.
So that means on the week, Evan, you went 3-2. Thomas, you also went 3-2 because y'all picked them all the same, which means for the season, Evan, you sit at 26-9, and Thomas, you sit at 24-11.
Well, I'm up by 2, but I'm not, like I keep saying, I'm not going to hold my breath. I've been up by 2 for a while now, guys. Last time this happened, and I went undefeated. This was football. I went undefeated, and I think I went undefeated, and then I went like 4-1, and then had another undefeated week. And then Thomas came storming back and absolutely beat me for the rest of the season. So I'm not going to hold my breath.
I'm hiding in the shadows.
But look at this. I
He's
mean,
nipping on my heels.
I mean, but this is about to be week 8 of the season, so we've gone through 7 weeks, and I feel like at this point in the football season, he'd already overtaken.
He'd already gotten me.
And
yeah,
so you're hanging pat. So
yeah, we'll see.
so
we'll see how long it lasts.
we got 5 more games this week. Some basketball, lacrosse, and softball. So let's get right into it. UIL 4A girls basketball state semifinal. Fredericksburg taking on Argyle. Evan, who do you have in this one? You going with them battling Billies like Thomas might because that's his go-to school, or are you sticking away?
I do think he likes the consonants there, but I am going to go with Argyle. They are, I mean, the battling Billies, they're scoring a lot of points, but Argyle's ranked 59 nationally, and that speaks to me, Thomas. 59, top 100, top 60 even. Now, they are putting up 1,900 points on the season. They've given up 1,400, but, Fredericksburg's also given up around 1,400 too. I just like Argyle in this. They're 32-6. It's going to be Argyle.
As much as I love the Battling Billies mascot.
Oh, you're going to do it.
Because this is one of the best mascot names in the country. But I can't go against Argyle. This is a state power. They've won multiple state championships over the past decade. So, yeah, I got the Eagles in this
Thomas,
one.
I have to say, that's one of your best poker faces you've ever given. Because I was trying to read you the whole time. I'm like, he's going to go Argyle, right? And you just kept giving me that look like, I might go Billies. I might. That was good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Next, we have boys.
I've done this a couple times.
Next, we have boys lacrosse. Lake Travis at Jesuit College Preparatory School of Dallas. Who you got in this one, Thomas?
Man, this is a big early season non-district game in the Texas High School Lacrosse League. Obviously, Lake Travis off to a great start. Dallas Jesuit is as well. But I think when you look at these two teams, they're very even in a lot of categories. Lake Travis has a slight edge in one way, and then Dallas Jesuit has an edge in another way. But I think, when you think about it, Dallas Jesuit, they're not giving up as many goals as Lake Travis is. They aren't scoring as much as Lake Travis is. Pluses is in Dallas, so I got those guys in this one.
The Jesuit? Yeah.
Dallas Jesuit.
All right, dude. We're going to split. I'm going Lake Travis, and here's why. On February 29th, Leap Day, the Cavs were down at halftime 2-7 against Kingwood Lacrosse. By the end of the third quarter, Kingwood was up 9-6. Lake Travis won 10-11.
Wow. Or 11-10, you mean?
Yes, I just had to say the 10 first. 10-11. They won 11-10. And I think that shows the fight of Lake Travis Lacrosse. They're off to a great season, like you said. They're scoring quite a bit now. In that particular game, they were giving up quite a bit. But I got Lake Travis here.
It's going to be a good game.
Finally.
We finally have a split.
have a
After
split.
2 weeks.
We're very happy about this.
I'm very happy about this, for sure. Next, baseball. Round Rock at San Antonio Reagan. Evan, who we got in this one?
This one, I got to think about this one, man, because Round Rock's 2-1. We don't have a big sample size to go off of.
That's good, though. That means you got to go with your gut now.
Yeah, I got to go with my gut. Did you know you could tie in baseball, by the way? The Rattlers have a tie in this. That seems...
I don't know how that's possible in Texas high school baseball, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, no other level of baseball you can do that. How can you in high school baseball in Texas?
I know. Well, Reagan, they've been a few years off of state championship tournament run. Chance Chapman's still there. He's 16-year head coach. They've got a plethora of returning starters, and we're looking at district MVP Travis.
Stethel.
Help me say this name.
I think it's Stethel.
Stethel. That's a really awesome. That's an awesome name. But they've got first team all district and Zane Rabo. Will Karsten is second team all district. JT Moeller is a first team all district utility player. I'm going Reagan here.
I'm also going Rattlers. I mean, not only do they have a great baseball tradition from the past couple of years, but, I mean, you mentioned Stethel. He's a Texas baseball commit. He's a senior. And I know Round Rock is a strong program.
They're strong.
But Reagan is actually one of the top teams in the state in 6A going the year. So I got the Rattlers in this one.
Now, I'm trying to look at this right now. It looks like ties maybe only count if a game is called after a certain amount of innings, maybe due to like rain or something.
Okay.
But,
I feel better about
Or maybe
that.
like a tournament game. Sometimes you'll do that, or you'll see that.
So there's more things I would have to read, but just reading very quickly, it looks like some of that stuff again. It could be
because like I know like a lot of those tournaments, like they have an inning limit on these games because they have so many games to get through. And so that actually happened in a softball game I saw. I didn't see in person, but I saw the result for of the weekend. So
we'll cross
a
that
lot
bridge.
of that tournament stuff.
We'll cross that bridge if it comes to it. But
we
don't want. I think soccer might be the only one where you'll
we're
see a lot of
actually,
ties.
yeah.
So, but we'll like I said, we'll cross that bridge if it comes to it. Next,
All right.
Next up, Next up, softball. San Antonio Southwest at Medina Valley. This is Southwest's first time on the Pick'em. And it was also Jesuit College Preparatory School in Dallas as well, and Argyle. So a lot of new schools on the Pick'ems this week. Thomas, who we got between Southwest and Medina Valley?
This is a really good matchup. I think when you look at it, Medina Valley and Southwest have both done a lot this season. And I think when things are playing out at the end, you're going to have to give Medina Valley edge. It is at home in this contest. I know it's early on, but both these teams had high expectations coming in this season, and they've both done a lot. But, I mean, it's at home in Castroville for Medina Valley, and, 13-1 as of our recording, so you got to go with the Panthers in this one.
I'm going with Medina Valley. They're beating teams 19-0. They beat Navarro 16-5, Hondo 16-5. While they lost to Southwest Legacy 1-0, I'm not too worried about it.
And then finally, a game we teased a few shows back, UIL 6A Girls Basketball State Semifinal, Converse Judson versus Duncanville. Thomas, you sticking with your San Antonio team there, or are we going with Duncanville?
People are probably going to hate me on this, at least locally, but I'm going Duncanville. They're the number one team in the state. I know Judson is the, defending state champ, but I mentioned a couple shows ago earlier this week how tough of a Final Four it is in UIL 6A girls basketball this year, and unfortunately, Judson doesn't have the depth of talent that they had last year to navigate a road like that, and I see them exiting in the state semifinal round.
I'm disappointed because I wanted to go Duncanville. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Duncanville because, they just beat DeSoto. So Duncanville was the number 2 team in the state, but behind DeSoto, and they just knocked them out of the playoffs. And they're looking at, I think they're the number 13 team in the nation. And Judson's the 14th best team in this state. If we're looking at rankings alone, which there's obviously more to it than rankings, but even still, Duncanville scored 3,100 points on the year. Judson, 2,100. That's a 1,000-point difference. And they're both keeping teams around the same, 1,600 points on the year. It's hard not to go against Duncanville. I'm gonna go Duncanville. So we split one. We split one. I really wanted to split that one.
Oh, you want a bonus point situation here?
Ooh, I feel like we're gonna get one.
How about this? We got 5 teams that have a chance to win state in basketball: Converse Judson, San Antonio Veterans Memorial, Fredericksburg, Schulenburg, and Mason. I'm gonna give you a chance. And we're gonna do just so I'm gonna give you a few seconds to look it over, and just so there's no trying to trying to play the game a little bit. We're going to say our answers at the same time on a count of 3. And if you want to talk about it a little bit, you can. For a chance for a bonus point. You either gain a point or lose a point if you get it wrong. So
I hate this.
Hey, so we got to keep it interesting sometimes. Just got to shake it up right now. Right in the midst of playoffs, perfect time to do a little bonus point situation. So I'll give you all a few minutes to look that over. And while y'all do that, I will let y'all know that I think Round Rock and San Antonio, Reagan is actually going to be one of our VYPE Live games. Let me double check that here, but I'm pretty sure because I think I made that graphic for it today. Let's see. Oh, nope, I'd made it for another game. So that one's not part of our VYPE Live crew. But if you're ever interested in watching some games in the Austin, San Antonio area, our VYPE Live crew covers a multitude of games. I made
all over the state.
30 different graphics today for Austin, San Antonio alone for the next few days. So go and check that out. All right, y'all ready to make y'all's picks?
No.
Yes,
No?
I am. Well, I'll go first.
No, we're going to do it at the same time. Do it at the same time.
All
right, say your team in 3, 2, 1.
Veterans
Mason.
Memorial.
All right, Veterans Memorial, Mason. White.
Ooh.
So now again, if neither of them win state, you lose a point. But why are you picking Veterans Memorial, Thomas?
I mean, this is a program that is very experienced. Obviously, 2 years ago, during their first ever varsity basketball season, they marched to the UIL 4A state championship game. Did lose it. They were young. And I know last year was a little bit disappointing. Didn't go as far as they were anticipating and expecting in 5A. Now they've finally gotten over that Kerrville-Tybee hump. It was a big win in the regional final this past weekend. And you got Texas A&M commit and signee Sahara Jones on this roster. She's been a juggernaut for this program for a number of years. I'm very confident in the Patriots going into this weekend.
Well, it was between Veterans Memorial and Mason. I almost went Veterans Memorial, but here's why I didn't. Is because Mansfield Timberview is 68 nationally, 12th in Texas. Veterans Memorial is 286 nationally, 42nd in Texas. And they've put up 2,000 points. Mansfield Timberview has put up about 2,100. They've given up 1,700. Didn't Timberview beat Veterans Memorial in football state championship this past year?
No, Veterans Memorial didn't make it to the championship.
No, then
game.
Timberview beat them in football at some point, right?
It's possible.
I think that happened. That has nothing to do with this game. It's just a fun fact. But I'm going Mason.
Timberview beat Lake Travis, right?
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was Lake Travis because it was the second game of the season. Okay, scratch the Veterans Memorial thing. We can edit, guys. I'm going Mason because they might be ranked 778 nationally and playing Munster. Are we?
I was wrong.
Are we the
They
Adams
lost
family?
to Lake Travis. Lake Travis lost to somebody else.
They lost to Arlington. It was a team up there. But anyway,
Arlington Martin.
That's the one. Anyway, I'm looking at Mason at Texas 93 at playing. Who's this? Is this Munster?
I think it's Munster.
Munster. They're 30 in the state, and this is a neutral game. Mason's 15-2 neutral. Munster's 14-2 neutral. I mean, I only had a few minutes to go over these.
Seconds.
A few seconds to go over these things. And here's what really went in, the kicker. Because like I said, I was going to choose Veterans Memorial, but this is this is what the knockout punch was. This is a two-way game. Anything can happen in a two-way game. And I think that speaks louder than your Converse Judson. That's a really close game. San Antonio Veterans Memorial, that's going to be a 5A game. That's going to be a pretty close game, but usually the rankings shake out the way they're supposed to. Fredericksburg, I was on the fence about, and then Schulenburg, I think, is just going to absolutely not have a chance. So it's Mason.
I mean, Mason has been here before in recent seasons, so that experience may help him.
I'm ready for
The
it.
Punchers.
They're going to get.
What a great mascot name.
That's amazing.
We need to have like a discussion about like the greatest mascot names in the state.
I didn't intentionally do that when I said, "Oh, the knockout punch was was the 2A." So yeah, that the punchers.
So there's a chance here that we can maybe separate or come closer now. With that being said, before we get on out of here, Thomas, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Yeah, definitely follow us on social media, VYPE Texas on Facebook and Instagram, VYPE ATX, VYPE SATX on Twitter. You can follow me on all three of those platforms at TexNation.
You can follow me on Twitter at Evan_BeyerUT. That's where I post the show. So if you're looking for a quick, easy link, go ahead and give me a follow.
And finally, you can follow me on Twitter at JoshWack13, Instagram as well. But more importantly, as always, if you want to follow some VYPU ambassadors, see what they're working on, just support them. Go to Twitter at VYPU_A or Instagram at VYPU. Just support them. That's our first episode of the Pick'em Show. Again, we'll be bringing it to you every Friday. And can't wait to continue to bring this content on you. Like I said, Monday through Friday now with 5 different shows. I know Thomas and Evan are excited about it as well. So until next week, this is producer Josh, Thomas, and Evan signing off.